In recent years, pop culture has grown a fascination with vampires. From movies to TV to books, this phenomenon has reached human civilization to its very core. But a voice we haven't heard from in all this is that of vampires themselves. What do they think of all this attention they're getting? This is their story. The story begins at a typical apartment with a not-so-typical occupant. Good evening, and thanks for letting us talk to you tonight.
Thanks, it's my pleasure.
So, how did you become a vampire?
Well, for 1 year in my youth group, we had an Easter egg hunt, and the bunny I brought along happened to be infected with vampirism.
A vampire bunny?
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised what animals are infected. Never mind, just go ahead, continue.
No, that's really exciting. Now this whole fad must be going pretty well with the ladies, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have no issues picking up ladies.
That must be great.
Yeah, it's usually the 14-year-old girls, though, and the occasional gay boy.
Oh, that's not as great.
Yeah, and once they realize you don't sparkle in the sunlight, it kind of loses the magic.
Vampires are exotic and they have distinct features, especially their eyes. They're very beautiful and captivating, and enchanting at the same time.
What do I think about vampires? Who cares?
So what kind of things do you like to do in your free time?
Really, I mean, I watch a lot of infomercials, old movies, Cinemax a lot. And once you memorize the lines from those, I mean, it just gets boring from there.
What do I think about vampires? I'll go blade on their ass. Slice and dice that shit.
Vampires tend to seclude themselves away from the general population. They like to be alone, away from crowds, all by themselves. They're kind of like reptiles like that.
Vampire? Is he hot?
What's her blood type? So, I was wondering, are you a Twilight fan or are you a True Blood fan? If she's a Twilight fan, probably won't even get to hold her hand. But if she's a True Blood fan, things are gonna get nasty.
Well, Edward is pretty hot, but True Blood's definitely more fun to watch.
But other vampires like to almost have a dating or a social relationship with their prey, and they kind of keep them around to play with them almost.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work out.
So, do you have a bunch of werewolf friends?
Werewolves aren't real.
So I guess you're on Team Edward then.
Well, these vampires, I usually get all the girls and I like that sort of stuff, but now that they came in, I can't push cars, I can't lift anything, I don't suck blood. It's not sexy anymore. They don't like the non-magical type, and it's salting my game, dude. I hate it.
So do people find you more approachable?
Yes, I'm having no troubles working with people these days, but there's still that obvious, misunderstanding.
We may not know everything about vampires, but one thing's for sure. When it's dark, and you're alone, you never know when one of these creatures of the night will... What was that? What? You guys heard that right? Oh my gosh, something was out there.